For this video, we are watching 2 World of Remnants. Twice as much this time. Aren't I stepping things up? This is... oh, shoot, what is it called? It's the, tournament. We'll find out. The other one I'm doing is the 4 Maidens. Vytal Festival Tournament, that's right, okay.
It all began, as most things do, with war. The kingdoms of the world had been locked in a violent struggle for years.
War never
Eventually,
changes.
The Great War of Remnant came to an end on the small island of Vytal. It was here that
I like that Atlas had the most advanced weapon.
And constructed the future of modern society, establishing new laws, new academies, and new traditions. The Vytal Festival was created to serve as a celebration of peace between the kingdoms. Every 2 years, a kingdom would be chosen to open its doors to the world, allowing citizens from every corner of Remnant to meet and indulge in one another's cultures. The pinnacle of this event was the Vytal Festival Tournament. After the newly formed Huntsman Academies proved to be a success, the Vytal Festival Tournament was designed to test the strengths of the kingdom's warriors in a safe and friendly competitive environment. A wonderful method
Much like in Jujutsu Kaisen, actually, where it's seen as a cultural exchange as well.
Would constantly strive to become the absolute best they could be. As the skills of the huntsmen grew, so did the games. And in time, it was decided that the tournament would need a stage equal in greatness to that of its competitors. Amity Coliseum was the culmination of the 4 kingdoms' efforts, a technological marvel and a shining symbol of harmony, capable of making the journey to all the kingdoms of Remnant.
I'm actually kind of happy that I saved this one until after I caught up. The significance of Amity.
That has served to shepherd humanity on its ascension to greatness. May we never stray from that path.
I had to drop that at the end. Turns out this whole series is just he fucked up on a jinx. And we have the 4 Maidens. Which I don't think I did 4 Maidens.
In the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood the small, fragile home.
Wait, is this just the story he put that he told Pyrrha?
Wizard. Hidden from the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he peered out his window, his gaze...
I'm sorry, but just because it gives backstory doesn't mean it counts as a World of Remnant if it's part of the main show. I call folly.
When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." With that, she closed her eyes and sat in silence. The wizard told himself the girl was a fool, but the longer she sat, the more he wished to share in the serenity the young maiden enjoyed. In time, he grew tired and decided to close his eyes as well, thinking on this strange predicament. Upon opening his eyes, the wizard was befuddled to find that a second maiden had appeared beneath his tree, cheerful and spry, with a basket of fruit and flowers.
I would say that the current Spring Maiden
replied, "My name is
and the current Winter Maiden
journey, and I am waiting for my sisters."
Certainly did not live up to the personality template we were given here. For better, not for worse.
The old hermit could hardly believe his eyes as the maiden turned what was once a mere pile of dirt and
I hope
manure
we get
into
the
a beautiful
true
garden
version
from
of the
which life
story
would
one day,
surely
because
blossom. It's likely she
obviously
would have
I think it's
restored
beyond a
powers,
reasonable
were it not
doubt
for the
that
unfamiliar
the four
laughter he
maidens
heard
are
from beneath his
the
tree.
reincarnations of the four
The young
children
woman
he
with a
and
warm
Salem
smile
had.
now stood beside the two maidens.
If
The
they're
wizard begged her
not?
to introduce herself, to
What?
which she happily responded, "My name is Summer. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sister."
But
Of course,
I'm
the
still
wizard.
very interested
But a
in
new
learning
chirp of laughter left
very
her
much of their
unable to
stories
follow.
and how that
What in the
all
world
started.
was so funny?
The real version.
As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors
In fact,
so
I'm actually,
very
as
amusing.
important as they've
Watching
made the
through world
maidens
through a small
in the show,
window, with the door leading out
I'm
to it
actually kind of
right at his
convinced
side.
that the original
It was a compelling
maidens, the
argument,
daughters, are
and
going to
after
become
only a
relevant
moment
at
of
some
brief
point.
hesitation, the
Like,
wizard
we're
left his
gonna
home
get another flashback.
and stepped outside. The warmth of the sun brought with it a surge of energy and life, and soon the wizard wasn't feeling much like himself anymore. He was feeling much better. As the day drew to a close, the maidens and the wizard all settled down and prepared a feast. Winter set the table. Spring supplied the crops. Summer prepped the meal, and the wizard was the happiest he'd been in ages. But in all the excitement, he nearly failed to notice the delicate woman that now stood beneath his tree.
And I wonder if he altered the story a little bit.
Joined them, asking
Because he
only
was
for one.
talking to Pyrrha,
"My
who
name
was
is
going to
Fall,"
get the Fall
she
Maiden
replied
powers.
softly. "I am on a journey and am here to meet my sisters. Who are you?" "Me?" the wizard wondered. "Well, I am but an old hermit. I have lived in these woods alone for centuries, and I'm afraid my story is not very interesting, as I have no one to love and nothing to my name." The eldest sister looked up at all that surrounded them. "But sir, do you not see? You have so much." It was true. With their help, it was now
I
clear to
love
see that the wizard had everything
the design
he needed.
that they've given
He was
Summer.
grateful, but a question lingered in his mind. "Why me?" he asked. "Why did the four of you choose to open my eyes, to share with me your gifts? Why am I so special?" The four sisters looked to one another, perplexed. Finally, the eldest spoke. "I beg your pardon, sir, but we did not do these things for you because you were special. We do what we can for everyone, because we are able." The old wizard was at a loss. Never in his years had he come across such kindness. It was in that moment that he knew what should be done. The wizard summoned his...
I mean, we already knew, even when we first saw this, that this wasn't as simple as it seemed. But to know the level of hot bullshit going on here.
He smiled. "Take this gift and know now that you are able to do so much more." Now, armed with the elements, the very powers of nature, and the unimaginable magic of the wizard, the four maidens, Winter, Spring, Summer, and Fall, promised to carry onward with their journey, using their gifts to aid others, just as they had aided him. One by one, the sisters left. But before they did, they made one final
And none of them
promise.
would ever do anything bad.
They promised to return each and every year to visit their dear friend.
It's a very nice story. I think that's it for this DVD. The trailer was just a regular trailer. There wasn't any new thing to it. No heroes in the end as a character analysis. Let's double check. 3, 2, 1, begin.
What is my favorite fight?
Another one of
That's a
these.
hard question. Let's go through
Cool.
the fights, right?
Alright, next time.